Aloha, everyone. I'd like to begin call this Hawaiʻi Board on Geographic Names meeting to order on this day, February 13th at 10:06. First on the agenda is roll call. I'll begin. Marcus Marzan, representing Bishop Museum.
Arthur Buto, representing the Office of Planning and Sustainable Development.
Katrina Ann Kapa Oliveira from the University of Hawaii at Manoa.
Ryan Morales, representing the State Land Surveyor.
Lomo Fardin, representing the Office of Hawaiian Affairs.
Lily Makaila, representing Department of Hawaiian Homelands.
Mahalo, everyone, for your attendance. Next on the agenda is reviewing and approval of the meeting minutes of December 10th, 2025. Mahalo, Arthur, for compiling the information and the meeting minutes. As always, we're very grateful. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes or have any edits or comment?
No comments from me.
All right. Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the minutes as written?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Seconded.
So moved by Lily, seconded by Kapa. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you all. All right. Next on the agenda, public comments.
We have a number of people in the room. One person wanted to make a comment, so I'm going to turn the microphone over to him.
5 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Just here is okay, yeah? Just here, yeah?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning. Aloha. My name is Raymond Sim, active duty United States Air Force, former high school teacher on the 9th Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. I was very gracious to attend the Office of Hawaiian Affairs meeting yesterday, the Board of Trustees meeting, and I wanted to share some of the things I've learned here, being within military service about 1.5 years, and learning about the language and the culture here of Hawaii and the indigenous native Hawaiian people here. I wanted to sort of first off by saying that Hawaii is very unique in its economy, its military history, its plantation history, and really preserving its culture and language is extremely important for its identity, its history, and really the melting pot that it is. There's this idea that I've learned, and I noticed in this testimony, agenda item number 5, Mauliola, if I'm saying it correctly, but ola is this concept about breath in Hawaiian language and culture. And there is an expression, maybe it's called a proverb or sort of words of wisdom. It says, ola ike aloha, life through love, life sustained by aloha. So when I was able to speak to the Board of Trustees, the chair is Kaili'i Kahele, also U.S. Air Force veteran, commercial pilot. I mentioned that it is actually the 60th anniversary of Aloha Friday. It was the president of Bank of Hawaii, Wilson Cannon, 1966. He allowed for his employees to wear an Aloha shirt casually on Fridays, and the spirit of Aloha spread to the mainland. And that's why we now have Casual Friday for corporate America. That is due to the Aloha spirit and the leadership of Mr. Cannon. Secondly, a few years before that, or a few decades before, a local boy here, Mr. Ellery Chun of Chinese ancestry, he actually was very entrepreneurial in the 1930s in the Great Depression. He kind of combined elements of different fashion to invent the Aloha shirt. He's actually known as the father of the Aloha shirt. So using the Filipino Tagalog bokang shirt, the Hawaiian palaka shirt, plantation times, Chinese symbolism, Japanese kimono, and the American front button dress shirt into the aloha shirts. So yes, I believe it's on 37 or 27 King Street is where his old sort of clothing factory fashion garments business was previously. I do want to sort of take this time to say, hey, it's very important as an educator. A lot of people don't understand the language and how important it is. And a lot of times we remember things easier. We call it a mnemonic, and that's utilizing alliteration. I was just down in Chinatown, this matcha shop. They have this map called the matcha map, and it's used to promote different businesses throughout the islands. So the matcha map, as well as po'ai potions. So utilizing these things in the English, Western, European mindset, being converted to or from the Hawaiian language is extremely important, but the history and the culture must be respected. And furthermore, I believe that now is a great time with the internet, with technology and this interconnectedness. We can really understand each other in the spirit of aloha. So I wanted to really emphasize that. And lastly, regarding the economy, I think mostly Hawaii's economy is most related to Singapore and its history, its colonial history of the British, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, as well as Okinawa, Japan, a lot of Chinese, Japanese military history. So I really think it's important that all these things, political, economic, social, cultural, are all very much intertwined. And if Hawaii wants to lead itself in the 21st century, we must also be respectful of the past. Ike mamua, ike ka mahope, which means the future and wisdom is found in the past. So mahalo, and thank you for your time. Aloha.
Sure. If it has to do with item 5, we're going to come to that.
Oh, okay.
I don't have anything else other than the testimony we received this week. I did compile it together in some PDFs that sent to you, as well as additional testimony that was received late last night and this morning that I didn't have a chance to PDF. But we'll take a look at those when we get to item 5. Otherwise, I didn't receive anything else.
All right. Mahalo, Arthur, and mahalo for the comments that you shared on. Very much appreciated. So moving on down the agenda, announcements.
I did get an email from the Ethics Commission, Kapa and Marcus. You need to take the online ethics training. I'll send you a link to that after the meeting. Otherwise, I don't have anything.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay.
Will do.
Next on the agenda, discussion on renaming of Sand Island, Oʻahu to Mauliola.
So as I mentioned, we have a bunch of testimony. I don't know if you've had a chance to read through that, but in addition, we have some people in the room that might want to speak. So if it's okay with the chair, I'll go ahead and invite them to speak.
Please do so.
If you could just introduce yourself, your name, and then it's over there.
Oh. Aloha, my name is Kehaulani Kupihea. I was born and raised in Waipio, Ahupua'a, but my ohana is, we are lineal descendants. My husband, Kupihea, and our son, our ohana, we are lineal descendants of David Malo and David Malo Kupihea, who resided on the island of Kahakaʻaulana. And our tutu, Mahina Ohoku Malama Lama, was raised there. And she shared many stories with us of Kahakaʻaulana, and we actually still take care of Kahakaʻaulana. I was raised there. My ohana were fishermen. I actually lived on Mokuʻeo for a little while. I actually started, maybe I should just read this. So I'm also an archaeologist, worked for 2 decades. Then I started a nonprofit called Mauliola Ke'ehi. And I'm just really here to share mana'o that 2 years ago, we started the process of trying to get this name changed through Okra. Ikaiga helped push that through. I'm really happy today that this is on the board to help us bring back the mana to our sacred spaces and just share a little bit. There's been, well, I've been running program there for about 20 years. Actually, today we have a kids group out there and sharing that one of the traditional names was Mauliola. Prior to that was Mokua Kuli Kuli, and then Kamehameha V, before he crossed over in 1872, he realized that a lot of people were coming to Mokua Kuli Kuli, that they were slowly starting to alter in the late 1800s, that immigrants were coming. And so he basically wanted to add more ola to that aina, and he changed the name to Mauliola. And we are really, I'm kind of really sad that a lot of documents that has been published, even in our archaeology world, OHA produced a document in 2013. The state produced, Oppenheimer, Napoka produced a document stating that Kahakaʻaulana was destroyed, and that some documents also state that Sand Island is actually a gathering of different tidal islands, and one of them I have read that it said Kahakaʻaulana. I am 100% sure that it is not Kahakaʻaulana. I have a map here today that I submitted also last night. This map actually shows, it's a 1913 map, and it's the fisheries map, and it actually shows Mauliola, and then it also has quarantine. But so we have the proof here. Also, lots of other maps also show that. And then I have all these other maps. It's kind of hard because you guys aren't here in person, but it does show that Kahakaʻaulana is still there, and that it is not part of the dredging of what they call quarantine, Sand Island. Our kupuna called it Moku, Akuli Kuli, and Mauliola. And it did partake, it did take up these 2 other islands that are in the fishery of Mokoea, but those 2 didn't have names. And you can see it on a bunch of the maps that I have that Kahakaʻaulana is still there. So I'm really pushing that we bring back the mana to our sacred space and use the traditional name of Mauliola. If you guys can't come to that decision today, I'm really hoping that we could postpone this, because there's so many people in the community that I've been doing this for about 15, 20 years, and I've had at least 1,000 to 2,000 people come in our va'a and take them out in the area and share with them. And I think a lot of people would really want to share their mana'o, that they believe that this sacred space is and should be called Mauliola. Yeah. Did you get this one?
I did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay,
Is that-
perfect. Yes.
I'm
So
gonna
on the
I'll share my
bottom.
screen for just a second. So this is one of those technical things that I might struggle with here.
Perfect.
Okay, can you folks see that?
Yes, we can.
If you can move the gray line on the right a little bit so the map can come up. Yeah. And then Mauliola's to the far bottom right above Koholaloa fishery.
Just on the bottom of your screen is a gray bar.
Yeah. And then move that same top gray bar down. Yeah. A little bit more. There we go. So we have Moku'eo to the left, which is Kalakawa's island. And then those 3 tidal islands in the Moku'ea fishery. We have Kahakaʻaulana, which is closest to the traditional, original channel. The two islands, tidal islands below Mokawea Fishery are completely, well, they're actually, some of it, the top one is part of Mauliola. So go to the right, yeah, and then right there. So then we have Mauliola, Quarantine Island. So yeah, and this is a 1913 map, which he renamed it in 1872. There's actually a Star Bulletin article talking about that in 69. So I'm really hoping that we could really use this as proof to bring back Mauliola, and hoping that people get the correct information and stop saying that it is Kahakaʻaolana, because we are still going there and taking care of our kupuna that reside there. And actually that Kahakaʻaolana is actually where the shark cave, Makali East Cave, goes up to Keanakumano at Kamehameha schools as well. So yeah, mahalo.
Mahalo for your comments.
This map and the testimony is one of the ones that I did not have a chance to PDF, but I'll do that after the meeting and I'll post it on the website.
Thank you, Arthur. Do we have any additional comments on the floor at this time?
I'm gonna, I see Shelley has her hand up. It looks like a couple of people have their hands up. Sorry. Let me see if I can unmute them. Oh, it looks like Shelley's hand is down now. Shelley, did you still want to speak? I'll give her a second. I have Aaron McGee. I'm going to go ahead and unmute him. Aaron, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. My name is Aaron. I'm super glad that this is being discussed this morning. I am the executive director of Global Preservation Initiative. We're a local nonprofit, and we've been an Adopt a Park partner of Mauliola, or Sand Island State Recreation Area, leading the restoration of this space for over 3 years now. And Kehaulani, who just spoke, is a person that I've worked with many times. So I'm going to really defer to her expertise on all of this. But I just want to urge that Mauliola has this power and this cultural meaning to it, which I don't think Sand Island has. And I think that it would really, as this being one of probably the most misunderstood and least visited spaces on Oahu, despite being probably one of the biggest state parks on the island, I think this name change would really bring some public awareness to the cultural and historical significance of the park, and encourage more respect and stewardship of this place, because it's had a pretty traumatic and layered history. And I think the significance of changing the name would just bring some strong awareness to what has gone on in this space over the past many decades and centuries. So yeah, thank you for hearing this issue. I think it's a really cool opportunity.
Mahalo, Aaron.
Shelley, I'm sorry. If you wanted to speak, please raise your hand so I can unmute you. Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Well, again, thank you, Kehel, thank you, Aaron, and thank you all for all those that have submitted testimony so far on this agenda item. No, I don't think it's imperative for us to make a decision today, and I think we would greatly appreciate more comments. So definitely, if there are others in the community that you're able to connect with and willing to share this this conversation with, and get them to submit some testimony or any comment that they would like to in support or whatever form they wish. Please do so, and we can address that when the time is appropriate. Yeah, so mahalo nui. Does that sound? Oh, I see. Hailama. Yes, yeah.
I would like to thank those Kehau and all who gave testimonies today, and thank for those who sent their testimonies. I believe I read all of them, and I confirmed the last meeting. I was more concerned because I lacked the knowledge that was presented today, and I really appreciate Kehau's map and other forms of evidence like this. So I'm asking the chair for time certain, meaning when we're saying we would be postponing this decision until the time is right. I think I'd like to ask for time certain because I feel comfortable. I'm ready to vote. But if the rest of us are not ready to vote, then wanting to know what the time certain where we would vote, we'll put on the agenda to vote.
Thank you, Halama. Any other comments from board members here? The reason why I made the suggestion for potentially next meeting is just to provide the opportunity for those community members that really do want to offer that their comments and have it officially part of the board record. But if we feel that this is a strong case that we can make a decision on today, I think that will also be something that community might be very happy for. But I also see Ryan, you have your hand up.
Just something I want to bring to you guys' attention that the naming of the Sun Island State Park is it was actually issued as a governor's executive order. So I think if we do go ahead with the process of renaming it, I think one thing we have to keep in mind is we might have to go to DLNR land board to make the name change. I don't see Holly today, but she's at State Park, so I think it might be something that Holly's department might have to bring to DLNR land board.
Thank you, Ryan, for that. Lily?
Aloha, I just wanted to share a few thoughts for discussion. Firstly, I wanted to mahalo the folks who took the time out of their day, especially to come in person, for putting in all this work to educate us. You know, I am malihini to that aina. I'm a lineal and cultural descendant to other areas and not specific to that area. And I just wanted to comment that I feel like it's very important in our position on this board that we elevate the voices of our lineal descendants and those who are knowledgeable, who carry kuleana for that space. And like Hailama mentioned, I do feel comfortable moving forward today. What I'm hearing from the testimony and what I read in the testimony is that folks are asking for us to act. And to act to restore this Inoa Aina to the space. And so if I'm understanding that correctly from those who have offered testimony, I would be grateful for the opportunity to take action today and to help to restore that aina for them. And just mahalo nui for all of the time and effort to educate us and to empower us to make a confident decision. And just mahalo everyone for their time.
Yeah, and Kala, my chair, wasn't trying to push you to bring a vote today. I was just saying that I am ready, but I was asking for the time certain. So your answer was at our next meeting. But I just wanted to just assure you I wasn't pushing you. I was just stating that I'm ready, but maybe others aren't. And maybe there's another, like you were asking, maybe there's more folks who wanted to go on official record on their statements. So, but mahalo.
Yeah. No, thank you all. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts on this matter. Yeah, I'm also very comfortable making a decision today if we so choose. Moving forward, I think hearing the testimony today, as well as all of the comments that have been already submitted, there's overwhelming support that I think waiting for the next meeting, we will just receive just a lot more of the same information and same kinds of comments. But yes, I leave it to the board.
Yeah, I would love to encourage us to take action today, just to respect everybody's efforts in providing that knowledge and ike to us, and out of respect for, like as someone who participates in this type of process in other avenues, as we all do, it takes so much time and energy and effort, and it's a weekday during the business day, if I feel like if we push it to the next meeting, then we're taking up more of their valuable time. And if we all are confident to make the decision today, then I would love to try to do that.
Mahalo nui. And so taking into consideration of what Ryan mentioned, that that we will probably have to consult and work with another agency to make that name change truly official, as it's not something that our board can authorize with our decision alone. I pose it to the board if anyone would like to make a motion.
I'd like to make. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll move that this board take the action on accepting the recommendation of renaming or officially naming what is known as Sand Island today to Mauliola, and that we contribute to whatever effort that is to see through the name change.
Mahalo, I second.
So
and Mr. Chair, just in discussion, the consideration of that second part of the motion was really to engage in whatever that is. If it is what was recommended that we work through or find out through because of the executive order of the governor, then we bulldoze or clear that process so that we're not just approving it in name, but we're getting whatever engagement we can to participate.
Mahalo. So it was moved by Hailama and seconded by Lily that we engage in the process of recognizing Sand Island as it is known today as Mauliola, and finding the path to providing that and having a resolution of the name change being an official acknowledged space in Hawaii through whatever channel that we need to make that happen. So with that motion, is there any further discussion?
As part of that oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to echo my mahalo to everyone who took the time to contribute to this process and to restore our inoa wahipana. It's really important to both the place and to our ohana who come from those places. And so I just really appreciate that you went out of your way to do this. It's really helpful to us to hear from the Neo-descendants and from people who are knowledgeable about these wahipana. And for us, I think we all agree that restoring place names are important. So mahalo. And
I just wanted to say, as part of the process of moving this forward, I would like to see, and Hollywood, I think I don't know if she got to the point where she reached out to agencies, but we haven't really heard from agencies. I would really like to hear something from OHA and DHHL and UH, in support of, or, whatever the position or the comments would be, something from your agencies as, more than just participants, but as
Sure.
invested members of this board.
Yeah, so I do want to speak on behalf of Department of Hawaiian Homelands. That is my kuleana. I'm designated into this seat on behalf of our chair, Cully Watson. It's also my personal kuleana to respond to agency comments. And so my response, I'm happy to provide a letter of support, an official letter of support signed by the chair. But our kind of just in summary, we always support the restoration of Inoa Aina and of Inoa Wahipana. We typically look to our lineal descendants to educate us in what the Inoa Aina should be restored to. DHHL does not have land holdings in that particular area, so we do not have a homestead that we would, homestead or homestead association that we would consult with specifically. The nearest would probably be lands that we hold in Ewa, lands that we hold in Waiawa, and then a homestead in Papakolea. And so I don't anticipate any pushback from any of our associations. And I also feel like they are outside of the vicinity for direct consultation on this, as far as reaching out specifically to the homesteads. And, on behalf of the department, we would be happy to support the kind of reestablishing of a traditional Inoa Aina for this space. Mahalo.
same, on behalf of the University of Hawaii, I would say just being designated as the designee provides me with the opportunity to speak on behalf of the university. And if we really want the university to weigh in, there are lots of scholars and lots of people who could delay every single decision we make, not just this one. So I'm a little bit hesitant because, as we know, there could be, even in this case, right, there are even older names for this particular wahipana. So I think it's a slippery slope to go through. It's both a slippery slope, but also it's just a mechanism that I think would provide even more speed bumps for us to get to our final destination. I don't think it's going to change the outcome. Even in place names of Hawaii, it's noted as one of the names for this place. So I feel really confident moving forward. In the past, I've been asked how I got designated, and when I explain my areas of expertise, including a PhD in geography and full professor in Hawaiian language, I think that the board and the president feel pretty confident with my ability to represent the university. So I would say in this case, I feel very confident as well.
I understand, and please don't misunderstand what I'm asking. I'm saying that if we're going to go to the Board of Land and Natural Resources, it would be a good thing if there were supporting letters from sister state agencies as well, supporting this name change. It's not to put a speed bump or to delay it, but to, if we're going to go to DLNR, to BLNR, it would just add more weight, I think, to support the decision.
I echo my colleagues' comments, and yes, I can be very confident that I know, giving the information shared here to our chair and our board, that they would follow suit with a letter. And even for me or chair to be present to offer the testimony if need be.
So, Arthur, I just want to acknowledge, I think your point is well taken. And I also want to be able to elevate the voices of lineal descendants and not have to put, our stamp of approval because we come from agencies. I think that we're trying to turn the corner where the research done by community members, by people who live and work on the land is valid as well. Happy to do it if we need to, but I wouldn't want that to be the first line of defense. I would prefer to be it more of a supportive measure only if needed, just because I feel like the case is already strong as it is. So, but I don't want to also slow the process. So if that's going to be helpful, happy to do that. I'm pretty sure we're all going to be the authors of these letters that will eventually be signed off by, our supervisors, but happy to do whatever is necessary. Just also wanting to acknowledge the work of the community and folks who call that place their kulaiwi.
Yes. All right. Mahalo all. So we have a motion on the floor. And if we don't have any further comments, I'd like to have a roll call vote. So we'll begin with Lily.
Aye.
Hailama.
Aye.
Kapa.
Aye.
Arthur.
Aye with reservations. Yes, for the reservations.
Ryan.
Aye.
And I. So we have a unanimous vote, one with reservations at this point. And so this motion carries, and we will find a way to have this recommendation pushed forward and with the support of each of our agencies to make this recommendation come and be a reality in hopefully the very near future. So mahalo again, everyone, for your support, and as well as all of the community members that have supported this recognition of this wahipana once again. So mahalo. With that said, next on the next thing on the agenda is follow-up on the name change for the island of Hawaii to Hawaii. Do we have any follow-up matters to deal with?
Yeah, at the last meeting, we talked about maybe doing a press release for that. And then also I'm gonna need help with the name change form. So I've put the name change form in the meeting packet.
I just want to say mahalo. Ahoy ho.
Mahalo ke hau.
Ahoy ho.
I don't know if you've had a chance to go through it, but some of it's straightforward, some of it is not so straightforward. So I would love to have some help on this, and which actually makes me think that we're going to need to do a name change form for Sand Island, Mauliola also. So I'll need help on that. And then I guess the same thing would apply to Mauliola. Do you want to do a press release for that?
I would think we would want to acknowledge that.
What I'd like to do then is keep Mauliola. Sorry, I'm going back to Mauliola.
Yep.
Keep that on the agenda, and then maybe next meeting put together a press release, or do you folks want to send me stuff before the next meeting? Because the next meeting is not for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to send me snippets or drafts or thoughts on what would go into a release, and I can kind of compile it, and then not exactly sure how it would work with the Sunshine Board, but try and get something out maybe in it before the next meeting.
Yeah. I'm willing to submit some draft text to support this, both press releases if desired.
I just wanted to comment. I think we were concerned about a press release last time because of the media response that we had previously. But I think the media response when we actually took action was pretty pretty minimal. And so, I don't anticipate having a huge media response. Who knows? Who knows what the media response will be to this action. But I think I would feel more comfortable if we just kind of responded to any media inquiries as opposed to crafting a media release. Just wanted to throw that.
Yeah, mahalo, Lily, for that.
Good with that.
I agree.
Okay. So the idea of just moving forward as in an as-need basis, if there's any inquiries that are made, then we would address it at that time versus through a form like a press release. Yeah, I understand that, and yeah, I also support that direction. Okay.
I kind of feel like it'd be anticlimactic at this point.
At this point,
yeah, exactly. A long time. It's hit the news. I feel like
and it's over. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if anything, maybe, I don't know. At the university, we have a mechanism to just do a weekly newsletter. I mean, something along those lines. It acknowledges it, but it's not a full-on press release campaign.
Yeah.
We do have, speaking of a newsletter, OPSD has a newsletter that comes out every month, so I could certainly put something in there for that. But again, if you could send me little snippets, that would help.
Okay.
And with respect to the form, it just occurred to me. I'll reach out to you, Shelley. Maybe you can help me with some of the questions I have. But I hope you don't mind. I'll reach out to Shelley to see if she can help with that. But I think we will need a form for both Mauliola and Hawaii.
All right. Is there anything further that we need to discuss at this time?
See, the name change form was a big one for me for the island of Hawaii decision. And we were going to do further outreach on Mauliola, but that's not necessary now. So that was it.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our agenda. So, thank you all. And as Arthur mentioned, our next meeting is in 2 months. So that's in April. And if there's no other comments or anything to be said, can I get a motion?
Before you ask for a motion, on the website for the HBGN, I did put placeholders there for the next series of meetings through 2026. So hopefully that will be sort of a reminder to members of when meetings are going to be coming up. And then I'll be posting the additional testimony on Mauliola on the website for today's meeting. Testimony that didn't make it into the PDFs that I already sent. I did receive maybe a half dozen more. post those up on the website today.
Thank you, Arthur. All right. Hearing that, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move without objection to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
Moved by Halama, second by Kapa. Any further things? Any opposed? All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for today. And again, very nice to see all of you, and hoping you're all well.
It's too bad Bobby couldn't be here today. He'd be proud. We took action and we were all here. Okay. Mahalo nui.
Mahalo. Have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you.